Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this one, my people, we're seeing where Albin Hill, a senator from the government side, did a presentation in the House of Senate Friday, my people, and he proceeded to point out every scandal that occurred under the People's National Party government. And at one point, my people, he took jabs at Isaac Buchanan, calling him convict. And I don't know what it is about Isaac where they keep stressing on. Because they're seeing really and truly now, my people, that Isaac Buchanan is a serious contender down there in East Portland. Because I'm sure a whole heap of them from the government side has been convicted. I mean, never once here he spoke about Pernell Charles Jr., who allegedly got charged over there in Barbados at one point. Right? I would never hear him talk about that. But because them have them big links, them can get off of things, my people. And so, Benaga got tit for tat with the whole scandal thing and so forth. But me I go make you see the video, a little clipping of scandal under the Jamaica Labour Party government, and even under this government where the people polled and said 66% believe that this current administration is corrupt than any other administration. Right? And the reason why I'm going to show you all of the scandal under Fidem belt is the fact that they said that they would have come in and they had a solution to remedy all of the problems that they find or found under a PNP government. Right? And when I hear them, I highlight no farmer good from them. But I'm going to make you hear what Albin Hill said first. Him listing out the scandal, talking about Isaac Buchanan, and we're going to show you scandal under Fidem belt. And that which include the very same Prime Minister that he's boasting about, who is under investigation for illicit enrichment and refused to move or step aside out of our Parliament. The very same Prime Minister who to this date cannot be certified, his statutory declaration is uncertain. Nothing about it cannot be certified. The very same Prime Minister who was referred from the Integrity Commission to FID and TAJ, right? The very same Prime Minister who took to the courts to strike down laws that he sat and orchestrated in 2017 in the Integrity Commission Act. He wants the illicit enrichment to be null and void, to be striked out of that act. Listen this, my people.
Mr. President, the following disclosures are in no way to even faintly suggest that because they have gotten away with so many scandals over many decades, our noble party should get away with even a little. That's not what this is about at all. That is not at all the intention of this exercise. It is simply to remind those who indulge in rampant and shameful hypocrisy what are the facts about themselves they are forgetting or trying to cover up. In any event, Mr. President, we on this side, we know that invariably, unfairly, many would say, we of the JLP are held to a higher standard. Mr. President, in the PNP's hypocrisy and self-righteousness, is it causing them to forget so badly? I'll go down a shortened list of the scandals that should remind people that human beings are not perfect, and those who scream a lot maybe should be the most quiet. The Iran sugar deal scandal, the Shell waiver scandal, the zinc scandal, the furniture scandal, motor vehicle importation scandal, the foreign exchange scandal, water commission scandal, Operation Pride scandal, Montego Bay Street people scandal that affected St. Elizabeth, where I'm from, Fat Cat salary scandal, the net serve scandal, Mr. President. We all remember that the net reserve scandal was dismissed with a proverbial wave of the hand. Oh, youthful exuberance. There was no stepping aside for that kind of exuberance, Mr. President. And yet, with hypocrisy, they call for stepping aside over here. Mr. President, that scandalous is a charitable word. Mr. President, that remark by a former Prime Minister and leader of the PNP has become a euphemism in our language and culture for simply corruption. Mr. President, what you have just heard may sound like the hit list of a very aggressive, dangerous, and rapacious mafia enterprise, but there's more. NSWMA scandal, the White House scandal, the Trafigura scandal, Mr. President, all of these PNP scandals are terrible, but this Trafigura scandal is particularly egregious and offensively smelly because, Mr. President, what they tried to do is to ensure that the Jamaican people wouldn't hear in an open court what the PNP was trying to do to get the money and hide it. Mr. President, I am running for nothing. I'm so happy. I stand here looking for nothing, so I can call barefaced hypocrisy what it is when I see it. Right across the road. I can call it for what it is when I see it. No, man, no. This is the truth. This is the truth. Mr. President, as they have the gall to speak to us about transparency, integrity, and corruption. Now, if I wasn't a gentleman from St. Elizabeth, I would call them hypocrites. But while I don't, other people are calling them hypocrites. You shouldn't be behaving like that, Mr. President. Rather, it's a reminder of the excellent advice and counsel of our Lord Jesus Christ, President Senator Brown. Our Lord Jesus Christ, who said to all of us, that side and this side, including the PNP and their friends, to be careful to take the log and beam out of their own eyes before they dare to criticize a speck of dust in the eyes of their neighbors, us, on this side. On that side, Mr. President, you have the bad gas scandal. You have the dead baby scandal. You have the church money, speaking of St. Peter. The church money scandal. This Kingdom build wall around the National Heroes Park scandal. The FINSAC scandal, Mr. President, this one, the FINSAC scandal really hurts. Mr. President, the FINSAC scandal was terrible because many people died because of that scandal. And when you look at all those things, Mr. President, and they dare to talk about you must practice integrity, and that's where we're here. But then, Mr. President, let's say that's in the past. I put it on the record so anybody who wants to check it can check it in the answer. Look at the present. Mr. President, I was passing a television set on the date of the recent conference of the PNP. Mr. Mr. President, Senator Allen, I looked till I tired, I couldn't find one drop of integrity. Not a drop of integrity there on the platform. What I did see were convicted criminals who later on, I understand, are now being proposed to be members of parliament. In other words, criminals convicted and not, Mr. President, let me put up my Jamaica socks. Mr. President, is them not convicted for shoplifting, or an egregious traffic offense. convicted for getting involved, processing and doing criminal stuff with Schedule 1 drugs. I am saying to Jamaicans, I wanted to ask them, don't you speak, I mean, you stand over there and tell us every week about integrity and transparency and how we should do this and who must step aside. And you know, call your leader aside, Marky British or Marky G, whichever one you want to call him, and say, look, you can't put convicted criminal in this country and another country, one of our best neighbors, to go put up as MP to make laws. Are we wrong with it? So all the Jamaicans must say this is unacceptable. So when I do that, Mr. President, I look at my leader. I look at Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Look at how he has led this country for the past 8 years. Look at what he's done in terms of looking at poverty, staring it in his face, and said to him, Finance Minister, we can't keep borrowing. We must find a way to make sure that we... No, please, that's over, man. I was there. You know, for Dr. Phillips, let me tell you, I have already, and you know that, I stand up here and I give him credit. Because when he come back from Washington with the bitter medicine, let's say the cabinet table, long from Yasa to down, so Andrew Warner, no one never listen. Him go collect it, and when poor Dr. Phillips come back, all the PNP people then run down to the bottom, him one up here, so him have to carry the bitter medicine by himself. And then we came in right afterwards, and boy, did we handle it. Did we ever handle it?
My people, sorry I didn't read out all of the scandal under their belt, but me run it slow so you can see it. So anybody want me to read it out in another video, you can comment that in the comment section. But in the meantime, when you tell me what you think, you understand? Tell me what you think, my people, because them say them come with solutions to remedy the problems that were under the PNP government, and instead it seems as if them gotten worse, them do worse than what the PNP had ever done, my people. Not to mention with our Prime Minister, my people, who open account with $0. None of we can open an account with $0. Right? So I want to hear from you in the comment section. Tell me what you think, my people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. On the road to 30K, help me to get there, my people. Play on the part. Support the channel. Get this video to at least 3,000 likes. Notification shout out goes to Rumba Time News. My people want to go over our channel. Watch out some of the videos them. Like up the videos them. And subscribe to our channel. Get her to 2K, my people. As well as community highlight goes out to all these people scrolling on the screen. Big up on yourself. Thanks for the continued support. They have been engaging with the channel a lot. So this week, I'll feed them highlight. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Member shout out goes to Angela and Ivan Wallace. My people want to join the membership so they can get videos to watch. Members only videos. May I post video on my personal life a little bit. right, for the members only. So it's a small fee per month to be a member of the Anisabel Rose movement. Only $5 a month, my people. Support the thing. Big up on yourself.